Hello and welcome. So, every year, millions of high achievers wake up ready to conquer their goals, ready to break through to that next level, ready to finally unlock their full potential. Yet by the following December, 92% of them will be exactly where they are and where they started. Why is that? It's not because they didn't work hard enough, or it's not because they didn't want it badly enough. It's because of something far more primary and elusive. What I'm about to share with you here today are the hidden reasons why even the most talented, the most driven people stay stuck in second gear. Let me ask you something. What's the average income difference between somebody operating at 80% of their potential and somebody operating at 95%? What do you think it is? It's $2.3 million over a typical career span. That's not my number. That's from a landmark Harvard Business Review study. Now, here's the real question. What are you operating at right now? 80% of what you're truly capable of? 70%? Less? And what is it costing you? Let me tell you who this session is for. This is for the achievers, the hungry, the go-getters, the ones who know that they've got more in them, but feel like something is in their way. You've set goals before. You've read the books. You've attended the seminars. You've put in the work. But despite all of that, the feeling of being stuck persists. It's as if you're doing everything right, yet something crucial is missing. I know how frustrating that can be. This session is for you if you're a business owner, an executive inside a company, a leader of any kind, a striving high achiever, somebody who wants to take control of their life, break free from old patterns, shatter the ceiling that has been capping your success. Somebody who refuses to settle any longer. Somebody ready to step up to the call to action. Somebody ready to transform, and someone ready to do the work to achieve something extraordinary this year. Maybe you're running a successful business, but still spinning your wheels a bit. Endless hours, yet the progress feels elusive. You feel like you're doing everything that you can, but there's no breakthrough, just more exhaustion. Maybe you're leading a team, and you know if you could operate at a higher level, your team would too, and your company would finally skyrocket. Or maybe you're crushing it in your field, but you still feel stuck, not really breaking through. Look, I understand the fear of being stuck, of wondering if there is a cap on what you can achieve, even when you feel like there's something greater that lies within. So if you know that you're capable of more, if you've done well, but you want to do exceptionally well, if you want to make success inevitable, not through luck, but through a proven system, then you're in the right place. This session is for you. Welcome to your breakthrough moment. In the short time that we're going to spend here together, I'm going to show you something that will change everything. This won't be a casual chat. This is about igniting a transformation. Here's what's coming. First, you'll finally learn why the goals that you set before didn't happen, and the key shifts to make so that this year is the one that changes everything. To do this, we're going to upgrade your internal operating system. I'm going to reveal to you the exact system elite achievers use to take their results from good to great and from great to dominate. And I'll give you the 6 vital components of this system, the source code, the 6 numbers to the combination to finally unlock and release your full potential. So stick with me here and you'll walk away equipped to create the biggest transformation in your life, a transformation that will last. And this isn't just another try harder motivational speech or you gotta want it more than you want oxygen gibberish. This isn't about finding your why or your MTP, your massively transforming purpose. This also isn't about setting bigger, better BHAGs, bigger, hairy, and more audacious goals. And it's definitely not about grinding harder and working more hours. This is about fundamentally upgrading how you process and execute everything in your life. Think about it. Why is it that some people seem to get exponentially better results within the same 365 days in a year that we all have? And I'm not talking about the outliers, the Elon Musks and the Zuckerbergs or the Bezos of the world. I'm talking about the person that you know, the one who keeps leveling up, year after year, while everybody else around them stays stuck, stagnant, and treading water. Maybe it's somebody in your industry. Maybe it's a peer that you started with around the same time that you did. Maybe even it's somebody on your own team. They don't seem smarter than you. They don't work longer hours. They don't have some special advantage that you can point to. But still, something sets them apart. And year after year, they just keep pulling ahead. What's really going on here? Well, after studying tens of thousands of high achievers, I discovered what it is. It's their source code, their programming. It's their underlying operating system. Think of the operating system of a computer. The OS acts as an intermediary between the computer's hardware and any software applications that you install on it. The operating system allocates resources like time, memory, and storage. It executes all the programs, stopping, starting, and scheduling. It manages the file systems, creation, deletion, and manipulation. It protects the system, detecting security threats and responding to errors. Now, let's take two different computers, like two different people. And let's say that you install excellent software on both computers. Software on, let's say, sales success, or inspired leadership, or marriage mastery, or perfect parenting, or whatever, okay? But one computer has an outdated, buggy, virus-riddled operating system, while the other one has a clean, optimized, world-class operating system. Installing the exact same software programs on each, which one will process faster? Which one will perform better? Which one will actually output the results that you want? Exactly, the one with the clean, optimized, world-class operating system. The same is true for us. And this is the reason why. No matter what books you read, no matter how many podcasts you listen to, how many seminars you attend, no matter how hard you work, how many hours you put in, how many resolutions and goals and new success habits you attempt, the output is aired, it's buggy, and it crashes, and it fails. It doesn't produce your desired results. But what most people think is, oh, the reason is that crappy software that I installed. That book didn't work. That podcast advice was wrong. That seminar was bogus. But the real reason is it was installed on a crappy operating system, as in you, man, on your operating system. That's why the exact same software installed on someone else's operating system, they multiply their results. They create financial abundance. They experience dramatic improvements in their health, relationships, and personal happiness. Understand this. The same software installed on a different operating system, radically different results. Hey, we all have an operating system running in our minds. Our operating system is processing every decision, driving every one of our behaviors, outputting every result in our lives. But here's what nobody talks about. Number one, your operating system was installed by default. Not by you, but by your parents, by your teachers, by your early experiences. And most of it was installed before you were even 7 years old, before you had the conscious awareness to choose, to discriminate, to identify if what was being installed was good or bad, helpful or harmful. And number two, now at the age you are now, your operating system is running on that old code. Errors you didn't even program yourself, bugs you didn't choose, and viruses you didn't install. And then number three, here's a pop quiz. What percentage of your daily decisions are made by your conscious mind? Take a guess. If you guessed anything higher, over 5%, that is incorrect. 95% of your decisions are made by your subconscious operating system before your conscious mind even knows that there's a decision to make. Let that sink in. 95% of your operating system runs automatically, as in completely unconscious. 95% of all your beliefs and mindset, your decision-making and choices, your behavior and habits, your reactions and actions happen without awareness or conscious choice. Are you feeling the gravity of this? 95% of your decisions and choices, 95% of your behaviors and actions, 95% of your results in every area of your life are being determined by an operating system you didn't choose, and consciously one you don't have control over. And that is why most people's resolutions fail. Why most goals remain unachieved, why most potential remains untapped. They keep trying to install new software, new skills, new strategies, new solutions on a compromised operating system. I hope at this point, I hope that you realize something important. It's not your fault. I know it can be incredibly frustrating to feel like something outside of your conscious control is what's constantly affecting your success. It's like fighting a battle with an invisible opponent. I hope you're starting to see why so many of your previous efforts might have fallen short. It's not that you weren't working hard enough. It's not that you weren't capable enough. It's not that you didn't want it badly enough. It's not even that you lacked the right knowledge. It was simply your operating system wasn't optimized for success. I also hope that you can start to imagine what might be possible now. What if you could completely upgrade your internal operating system? What if you could rewrite that old code? What if you could finally install an operating system designed for exceptional achievement? Well, that's exactly what I will show you how to do. In fact, in just a moment, I'm going to share with you the exact system that I've used for myself and the system that I've used to help thousands of other high achievers upgrade their internal operating system. The same systems that has helped CEOs double and triple their company's growth, entrepreneurs finally break through their income ceiling, leaders transform their team's performance, and busy professionals reclaim control of their time and their life. Let me give an example or two of what's really possible here when you upgrade your operating system. Meet Jacob. Jacob was already successful by most standards. CEO of a $7.2 million software company, working 70-hour weeks, struggling to break through to 8 figures. From the outside, it looked like Jacob was on top of the world, but the truth was far more complicated. Behind the polished exterior was a man barely holding it together. There was something that was keeping him stuck, and he couldn't figure out what it was, and it was driving him mad. His nights were sleepless, filled with racing thoughts about what he should be doing better. Despite reading every business book, despite attending all the right seminars, despite quote unquote knowing what he should do, he kept hitting the same ceiling. He was getting increasingly frustrated. It started affecting his health and his relationships. He was missing family dinners. He started feeling like he was a stranger in his own home. When I worked with Jacob installing the system that I'm going to show you, candidly, he was skeptical at first. He said, could something this straightforward really make a difference? But as we worked together, piece by piece, the system started to take hold. By week 3, he said, I'm finally seeing the light at the end of this tunnel. Within a few months after upgrading his operating system, his revenue jumped 47%. His team productivity increased 40%. His personal work hours dropped by 15%. Family dinner attendance, 100%. The first time in many years he could sit down at the dinner table with his family, fully present, no buzzing phone pulling him away. His exact words were, I finally feel free. And here's where it gets really interesting. Belinda here, she used the exact same system, but in a completely different way. Belinda was already a powerhouse, a top performer in aviation sales. She was known for her relentless drive, her knack for closing deals that others wouldn't even touch. But despite the accolades, she felt like she was stuck in second gear, like she was capable of so much more, but couldn't quite reach it. There was a sense of restlessness beneath her calm facade, a desire to break free from the limits that she'd unconsciously set for herself. Within months after the 6 weeks we spent upgrading her operating system, her sales jumped 62%, which left her competition wondering what the heck her secret was. More importantly, her confidence really took flight. And that invisible barrier that was holding her back from the next level, it was shattered. For the first time, she said, I'm operating without that gnawing doubt. I finally feel unstoppable. I could share stories like this all day, thousands and thousands, but we don't have the time. Because in a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how to install this operating system in your own life. Now, some of you might be wondering, can I really rewire my operating system in just 6 weeks? The answer is yes, but only if you have access to 3 critical things. First, you need the right code, the right combination, the right sequence. Just like numbers in the tumbler of a lock. Get one number wrong, it won't open. Get the sequence of numbers wrong, it won't open. No matter how much you pull on the lock, no matter how much effort you put forth, no matter how long you try, the lock won't open. So, I'll give you the 6 vital numbers and the actual proven sequence that rewires your internal operating system. Second, you need the right installation process because even the best code installed incorrectly won't give you the desired results. I'll show you here in a second how you can get me, yes, me as your personal installer, like Jacob and Belinda had. And then third, you need the right support system to ensure that your new operating system stays optimized, bug-free, with continual updates. So, for the first time, I'm going to be personally working with a small group of committed high achievers on helping them install this system into their unique lifestyle, and daily methods of operation. If you stay until the end of the session, I'll show you how you can gain access into this special experience. Now, in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the 6 vital components. These 6 components are the source code to your internal operating system, the 6 numbers in the combination lock that, if entered correctly, the right numbers, in the right sequence, it unlocks your full potential. And the vault door to your abundant future opens up to you. This will be the key that activates your internal power, the one that finally eliminates the self-sabotage, the one that accelerates your results, the one that breaks through any ceiling of limitations, the one that makes success automatic, and the one that makes your transformation permanent. I suggest that you take careful notes here, because what I'm about to share could change everything for you in the year ahead and all you choose to accomplish thereafter. First, I'll tell you why I created this system. Years ago, I noticed something troubling, that the most talented people that I worked with, the ones with the most potential, the ones who should have been unstoppable, were often the ones most stuck. It wasn't because they weren't working hard, it wasn't because that they lacked knowledge, and it wasn't because they didn't want it badly enough. So then what? After spending lots of time with them, I discovered it was their internal operating system. That is what was fighting against them. I saw it happen over and over again. CEOs who couldn't scale their companies, leaders who couldn't break through to the next level, high achievers who kept hitting that same ceiling. Seeing this over and over was heartbreaking because I knew exactly what was holding them back. That's when I made it my mission to design something different, something that would actually solve the real problem at the source. Not another motivational program, not another goal-setting system, not another productivity hack. Instead, I went to the source code of it all. I distilled everything that I learned from working with the world's top performers. I identified the exact code sequence that makes success nearly automatic, and I created a way to install it into anybody's life in just 6 weeks. So, if you're wondering why some people can achieve exponential results while others stay stuck in linear growth, while some people seem to attract success effortlessly when others struggle endlessly, why some people can completely transform their lives while others stay exactly the same year after year, well, I'm about to show you. If you've ever felt like you were capable of more, but something kept getting in your way, if you've ever known deep down that you were meant for bigger things, or if you're just tired of watching another year go by without achieving what you know you're capable of, you'll be glad that you're here. This is what could change it all for you. But before we continue, I need to be really clear about something here. This might not be for you. In fact, I actually hope that some of you will leave this training right now. You see, I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to inspire you. And I'm definitely not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to work with a small handful of people who are actually ready to become the exception. If you're looking for a magic pill, a shortcut, or an easy button, this isn't for you. You probably should just leave now. But if you're still here, if something inside you knows that it's time for a real change, then what I'm about to share could be the most important thing you ever learn. Let me share something deeply personal with you. I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck in second gear because I've been there. Early in my career, I was that guy. I worked harder than everybody else around me. I showed up first and I left last. I read every book, attended every seminar, and followed every piece of advice my mentors gave me. I thought I was doing everything right. But there I was, stuck, spinning my wheels. Something just wasn't clicking, and I couldn't figure out why. I remember sitting in my tiny office one night, staring at the same goals that I had written down the year before and the year before that, goals I never seemed to be able to reach. It felt like I was running a marathon on a treadmill, running hard, sweating profusely, and grinding my teeth, yet getting absolutely nowhere. The frustration was overwhelming. I started questioning myself. What's wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? That moment, sitting alone in the dark, was when I realized something had to change. The problem wasn't the effort I was putting in. It wasn't the strategies or the advice. I finally realized it was me. Something inside, something under everything I did was sabotaging me. Later, while studying uber successful people, I was able to put words to it. It was my internal operating system that was faulty. I was fighting against myself every single day. Once I figured this out, once I rewired my internal operating system, everything changed. And I mean everything. It was like a rocket had been strapped to my back. Goals that I'd been chasing for years, suddenly I achieved them with ease. Opportunities I didn't even know existed, they started appearing out of nowhere. Life didn't just get better, it became extraordinary. Then add to that, over the last 3 decades, I've had a unique vantage point to study exactly what creates exceptional success. As the central figure in the success media industry, I've spent time with thousands of top performers, from billionaire entrepreneurs to Olympic athletes to world-changing innovators. Not just surface-level interviews, but deep dives into their actual operating systems, their daily habits, their decision-making processes, their success triggers. And as a CEO mentor and advisor, I've worked behind the scenes with some of the most successful business leaders in the world. And I've seen firsthand what works, what doesn't, what's just theory and clever-sounding conjecture, and what actually creates results, predictably, repeatedly. But more importantly, I've spent years testing and refining these principles in my own life, and with directly working with thousands of high achievers just like you. Through all this research and testing, I've discovered something extraordinary. There's a specific code, a precise sequence that determines whether somebody achieves exponential success or stays stuck in linear growth. What I'm about to share with you isn't what you think you need to hear. It's not another morning routine, another productivity system, another goal-setting framework. It's the underlying code that makes all those things finally work. Here are the 6 vital components and the right sequencing. Are you ready? With this small group that I'm inviting, we will install one vital component 1 week at a time over 6 weeks. Let me describe them briefly. The first line of code to rewire your operating system. The first number to get right in the combination lock is 1, your identity. Together, we'll uncover the number 1 myth as to why you're not doing better. You'll learn the hard truth about your inborn human behavior and how to overcome your inherent weaknesses once and for all. We will work on not who you are now, but who you're really committed to becoming. With this target, we will help you identify the right goal for you and your current circumstance and strengths and opportunities to get you back into success momentum. I will help you find the I will not be denied motivation and determination that you need to do the work to be able to stick to your commitments for the long haul finally. The next line of code, the next number in the combination is number 2, your habits. All your life, results, and happiness comes down to this one thing, your habits. Not what you do occasionally, but what you do automatically. Learn to change and control your habits, and you can finally take back control of your life. You'll learn how to eradicate the habits that have been perpetually taking you off track from your desired results. And I will help you identify the new success habits that you need to obtain the new goals that you set during week 1. Now, the third number is your behaviors, the specific actions that support your habits and drives your transformation. 95% of your behavior is unconscious. You're not even aware of what has control and influence over your actions. You will now. and you will finally know how to take back control. I will walk you through how to remove all the friction points in your daily method of operation, those that continually hinder your progress and derail your success. In week 3, you will start to learn the behavioral lifestyle design of the super successful. The 4th number is your choices, the moment-to-moment decisions that either moves you forward or holds you back. There are 4 traps that constantly seduce the weakest part of your nature. Most fall prey to them over and over, continually sabotaging their progress and killing their chances at greater success. But not you, not anymore. In week 4, I will uncover the hidden traps that are lying everywhere around you in your life. This is why it is not your fault that you have been unable to stick to your good intentions. And it won't be possible until I help you set up your environment to support your success. And then the 5th number is consistency. The greatest stealer of dreams, hopes, and goals is a lack of consistency. This is the Achilles heel of the human condition. And overcoming this condition has become my greatest advantage, learning and leveraging the systems of consistency. In week 5, I will show you how to finally make staying consistent easier and more possible for you. You'll come to fully understand that success in anything is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced consistently every day. The key is knowing how to stay consistent when everything in your nature and the society around you is fighting against you. And once mastered, this is the hidden multiplier that turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. And the 6th number, this is what is really holding you back from being more successful. Number 6 is you. What you think and believe affects how you behave and perform, thus shapes your life. All beliefs are learned and, as a result, can be unlearned once you know how. And once you finally change your sabotaging beliefs, you can permanently change your life. In week 6, I will teach you how to change the self-limiting beliefs that keep your much greater potential imprisoned. When you have all 6 numbers installed correctly, and when they're executed in the right sequence, something remarkable happens. Your potential unlocks, not through force, not through willpower, not through struggle, but dare I say, easily and automatically. Just click. Like Jacob, who months afterwards, for the first time in my career, success feels effortless. It's like everything finally clicked into place, he said. Or Belinda, who wrote, I am now able to accomplish in 6 weeks what I did in the previous 6 years. And the crazy part is, it wasn't even hard. But here's what's really great. The transformation goes way beyond just results. Others have reported their stress melting away, their confidence soaring, their relationships improving, their energy multiplying, their body transforming. Because when you upgrade the underlying operating system, everything you do, everything you execute upgrades with it. As you sit there right now, hearing the words that I'm saying and processing what they mean, you might be starting to realize this is the answer. This is the solution that I've been searching for. Picture yourself 6 weeks from now, operating with a completely upgraded system, making better choices effortlessly, achieving goals automatically, living up to your full potential naturally. Imagine waking up each morning, knowing exactly what to do, having the energy to do it, and the confidence to follow through. Think about what that could mean for your career, for your family, for your legacy. Let me show you what happens when people install this operating system. Take Bruce, a financial advisor, who hit a ceiling at $800,000 in annual revenue. He had the training, he knew the strategies, he had the skills, but something was holding him back. 6 weeks after installing the Jumpstart operating system, he broke through to 1.2 million without working more hours, without doing any more, without more stress, just by operating differently. Or Pamela, a busy executive who was constantly overwhelmed, always behind, feeling frazzled, never feeling in control. After upgrading her operating system, her productivity doubled, her stress cut in half. Her team's engagement and performance improved, and she finally got home each night for dinner with her family. And these aren't isolated cases. In fact, we've tracked the results across thousands of achievers from all walks of life who've installed the Jumpstart operating system. 82% report breakthrough results the first 6 weeks. 91% say their stress levels dropped dramatically. 87% achieved goals that they'd been stuck on for years. Let me be direct. Every day that you operate on your current system is costing you approximately $2,749 in lost opportunity. That's over $1 million a year. How did I calculate this? Simple. Take the average income increased by our members, which is 62% on average, multiply it times the average executive income, divide that by 365 days. That's what your current operating system is stealing from you. $2,749 in lost opportunity every single day. But the real impact goes far deeper than just numbers. Let me share a letter that I received from somebody who went through the 6 weeks not too long ago. He wrote, Darren, I used to think success was about working harder, about knowing more, about pushing through barriers. But I was wrong. 6 weeks ago, I was skeptical. Another program, another system, another promise. But this was different. For the first time in my life, I'm not fighting myself anymore. Success feels natural. Achievement feels automatic. But here's what really changed. My daughter told me yesterday, Dad, you're different now. You're really here when you're here. You seem happier. That's when I realized this isn't just about success. It's about becoming who we were meant to be. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great, Darren, but I've tried other programs before. I'm already too busy. What if it doesn't work for me? I understand these concerns, okay? In fact, I respect them because they show that you're thinking about this carefully. Let me ask you something. What if you don't make this change? What if you keep operating on your current system? What will be different this time next year? Think about that for a moment. If nothing changes, if you keep the same operating system, running the same old code with the same bugs and viruses, where will you be in a year? What goals will remain unachieved? What potential will stay locked away? The reality is, this isn't just about what you might gain. It's about what you're certain to lose if you don't make this change. Every day that you operate on an outdated system is another day of potential wasted, another opportunity missed, another dream deferred. One last question before we move forward. Of all the high achievers that I've worked with, guess what percentage say that they waited for the perfect time to make their breakthrough change? 0. Not one. Ever. Because they understood something crucial. The cost of waiting is always greater than the cost of starting now. Speaking of which, now let's talk about what it takes to gain access into this special group. First, let me tell you something that I wrestled with. Originally, I designed the Jumpstart system for my private mentoring clients, those who invested $25,000 a year for access to my systems. And candidly, that would be a fair price for you. Because when you think about it, what is it worth to upgrade your entire operating system completely? To finally fix what's been unconsciously sabotaging you, holding you back, and acting as a constant resistance to your every effort? What is it worth to make success going forward automatic? If this system helps you double your productivity, break through income barriers, transform your relationships, reclaim control of your time, and finally achieve what you're capable of, would that be worth a lot more than $25,000? But here's the thing. I'm on a mission to help create more exceptions, more people operating at their full potential, especially right now with what we're heading into this year. That's why I decided to make this accessible to the right people who are ready to transform. And because you're here today, because you've shown you're serious enough to stay serious about making this year different, I'm not going to ask for $25,000 or even the previous program fee of $1,500. You can join me in this special group. Get this, for only $249 for 4 installments. Let's put this investment into perspective. The average person spends $2,000 a year on coffee, $3,600 on convenience food, $1,200 on unused gym memberships, and countless hours watching Netflix. Think about that. We'll spend thousands on things that keep us stuck operating on our old system, getting the same old results, But for less than half the cost of your coffee habit, you can completely upgrade your life's operating system and transform your results forever? We also have a VIP option. This includes private group Q&A and mentorship with me personally after each week's training session. So that's 6 private sessions in total. Plus, you'll get connected to others who deem themselves VIPs. Those associations alone will be a goldmine. The VIP upgrade is normally $500, but from here, right now, it'll only be $300. You will not see that later. This is only from this broadcast because you showed, because you stayed. You have to use the private link on the screen. So why am I making this so accessible? Because the ones I want in this VIP group are the ones who show up and stay committed. Now, I need to be upfront about something. Because I'm personally involved in the mentoring during the filming of this founding session, we can only accept a limited number of VIP seats. This is to ensure everyone gets the attention they need to successfully upgrade their unique success operating system. And based on past experience, these special spots will fill up quickly. I mean, really quickly. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Darren, this sounds amazing, but what if it doesn't work for me? Fair question, and it's exactly why I want to take any perceived risks off your shoulders. Here's the deal. Enroll in Jumpstart right now. Go through the first 2 weeks with us. Apply what you learn. And if you don't already start seeing a dramatic difference in how you operate, if you don't feel a complete transformation taking hold, just beginning, if you're not absolutely convinced that this is the best investment you've ever made in your success operating system, just let us know within those first 14 days and we'll refund every penny. Simple as that. Now, you might think, wow, that's crazy. Here's why I can be so confident. Because the system works. I've seen the system work in my own life and for tens of thousands of people from every background, in every industry, at every level. I've seen it transform lives because this is the source code, the fundamental operating system underpinning every extraordinary achiever that you can think of. So wrapping up here, let me ask you to imagine something. This is what I want you to get excited about today. Borrowing from the victories of tomorrow, today. Imagine it's December 31st now. You're looking back on this year and something's different. Instead of another year of untapped potential, instead of the same old results, instead of wondering, what if? You're looking at breakthrough achievements. You're seeing transformed relationships. You're experiencing compounding success. I want you to see and feel what it's like to have your productivity doubled, your stress melted away, your confidence soaring, your results multiplied. Think about what that would mean for your career, your family, your legacy. I'm telling you that future is possible. In fact, it's waiting for you, but you have to make a choice right now. You can keep operating on your current system, hoping something will change, watching another year slip by, or you can choose action. You're at a decision point right now. The decision isn't whether you want better results. That's been a constant. Of course you want better results. The decision is whether you'll take the action to upgrade your operating system, to make those better results now finally possible and lasting. If you're ready to make that change, if you're ready to become the exception, use the link that we're providing you here and let's transform your year ahead together. Now, for those still hesitating, let me address what you might be thinking. Is it, I'm too busy right now? But when will you be less busy? When will there ever be a perfect time? How much longer do you want to struggle with your hidden saboteurs? It's like running a 100-meter sprint in quicksand each day, every day. Is it, I need to think about it. But isn't that what you said last year and the year before that? After all we talked about, I need to think about it is only an excuse, a procrastination device, one used by your internal saboteurs, by the way, trying to keep you stuck in status quo. As Jim Rohn said, indecision is the thief of opportunity. This is your opportunity to break the chains that have been holding you back. Don't let that indecision steal it from you. Is it, maybe I can figure this out on my own? And if that were true, wouldn't you have done it already? Is it, I'm already reading this book or going through that program? The problem is, none of that is addressing the root cause of what's holding you back. You are only continuing to install new software on a compromised operating system. What we're doing here is different. We're not adding more to-dos to your list. We're upgrading how you do everything. Here's what it comes down to. 6 weeks from now, you can be operating on a completely new system, getting exponentially better results, or you can be exactly where you are now. The investment is less than your monthly coffee budget, for goodness sakes, to transform everything about how you operate. Here's the thing. I am no different from you. I wasn't born with some special advantage or superpower. I simply figured out how to upgrade the way I operate. And that is what's made all the difference. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, somebody who once thought that he'd hit his ceiling, I promise you, you can too. You are here today because you know you're capable of more. You've felt that spark, that calling, that deep down belief that you're meant for something greater. And I'm here to tell you, you're right. This isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about unlocking the person that you were always meant to be and living the life you were meant to live. If I can do it, so can you. The only question left is, are you ready to take the first step? Because everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of taking that step to join us. So let's make it happen together. Use the special broadcast link now to join us, and let's make this year your breakthrough year. The spots will fill up quickly, the bonuses expire when the timer ends, and this special opportunity won't come again. The time is now. The choice is yours. Let's begin.
Be the exception.